I've been to this place a few times. They now have air conditioning. They didn't used to, so we would have been sweating by now.
This is Pena going ahead and taking this kick. He's taken down about the 30-yard line.
He doesn't do a whole lot in the line, but he is a tough matchup problem.
Yeah, listed at 6'5", 216. Shrader dropping back to throw. It's going to be on the near side, and a pass complete to Courtney Jackson, just short or right at the 35-yard line. Inside Wagner territory before he was brought down by Jaden Brown.
But has a really good grasp with his offense.
Now, Robert Anae, 6 seasons as the offensive coordinator at Virginia. Before that, BYU. Courtney Jackson with the catch. Taken down by Travis Laster. But we do see the normal starters in right now. Shrader airing it out. Pass complete to Devaughn. Cooper inside the 10.
In the skill possession, but right here, just nice, easy throw and catch. What we've seen from Garrett early is getting the ball.
He is the leader of this defense for Wagner. Garrett Shrader's got it. Dances in, and that is a touchdown for Syracuse.
You have to pay attention. Watch all the white jerseys on the inside, Courtney trying to take them away, and then they lose edge contain. Good blocking outside by Dakota Davis. He fools everybody. Look, he's going to get outside, good fake, and then run around the edge and just take it in for 6.
A 55-yard drive. Andre Schmidt with the PAT. Remember, Mike Midkiff is holding because Justin Barron not available for the first half due to targeting. Kraft will keep it, and he's got the first down. Play action. Kraft is going to tuck it and run. And he will be short of the first down, dropped at the 45-yard line. Attack the ball. Dylan Hack with the punt for Wagner. Pena back to field it. He's not going to have much room to run. Dropped around the 15-yard line. And they had talked about getting him involved in different ways besides just turning around and handing him the football. Pass complete to Pena. That'll move the chains.
Well, and he opens up that particular play. He's going to the flat.
Gadsden in motion. They're still working out of the pistol, and they'll just give it to Tucker. Why not give it to this guy? Get out of here, Sean Tucker!
It's like low.
61 yards.
And then right here, look, everybody on the interior. Look, Jackson blocking inside, Dakota Davis. But if he has a lane, which he normally does, you're not going to catch to the house, Sean Tucker.
Andre Schmidt on to attempt the PAT. He was 5 for 5 on field goals last week, tied a school record. It is up and good, and just like that, Syracuse with a 14-point lead on. Wagner on offense for the second time. Ryan Kraft, the backup QB, getting the start today, and he is taken down. Caleb Ogachukwu.
He just makes plays. They've talked about him, his ability, his motor. You know, he hosts a podcast and all that, but he plays some football too. Coming off, Matthew Raw trying to block him.
Impressive. Third and even longer. Kraft looking for play action, and he is in trouble, has to throw it away as Caleb Ogachukwu was coming after him along with Kayvon Darton.
They talked a lot about that in the offseason, making sure, and they've been aggressive in doing that in practice.
Hack with the punt. Fielded on the hop by Pena. Just short of reaching the 50-yard line, but it's going to be excellent field position.
Anae and Beck really in his head and working with him consistently. Like that throw there.
Courtney Jackson makes the catch at the 35.
It's actually in his family. His mom's a pilot and his grandfather flew in World War I.
All right, who's volunteering to go up with Garrett?
I would do it immediately.
All right, pass complete and caught. Damian Alford for the first down. Charles, you getting that play? Sean Tucker been a big piece already for the Orange. No surprise. Give it to him. There's a good tackle.
Justin Riley 35, one of the star players.
Right up the middle. He should definitely have it.
They'll just really get behind a bevy of bodies. And you can just see how they come off and just knock people around. Somebody's running and throwing and been able to score a touchdown.
Back to Tucker. Give him space. Get in the end zone. Sean Tucker.
This is what you have if you're a defender. You think it's going to go one way, but he has the ability to cut outside. Look at the blocking again, and then he's going to make that one guy miss. He doesn't need Gadsden to do anything. You may pull on his wristband or whatever he has there. Looks like a rubber band, but you can't quite bring him down. Sean Tucker is just so, and he's in open space. Kobe Calvin got a dose of that.
You think about his story, too. Back in 2020, he took over as the starter because of injury. The Wagner team in their first FBS game of the season gave up 66 points to Rutgers. Play action. Finds his guy, Julian Jordan, and there's a first down. The coaching staff was super excited about Julian Jordan and what he can bring. Compared to just 32 for Wagner, and 3 rushing touchdowns, highlighted by a 60-yard run by Sean Tucker. As Wagner's Ryan Kraft is sacked on first down. Leon Lowry in there. Kraft off play action. Guys coming at him. Taken down, Steve Linton.
Came with 3. They run a 3-3 stack, but see 3 over there kind of creeping, and then all of a sudden when he sees everything goes in the middle, he's able to get to the quarterback, and you could tell.
Wagner will be punting with Pena back. Takes a hard hit at the 50.
Keep an eye on that, but it looked like he was revving to go back out there.
Yeah, and he's back out there right now, the left tackle for Syracuse, as Shrader steps up in the pocket, fires one over the top to Oronde Gadsden, who worked hard last week. Played a little quarterback in high school, too, so he's got those nice hands. Thinks like a quarterback. Sean Tucker. Sean Tucker. Mr. Tucker to the house.
I played with some great running backs in my life, and I said this early. Doesn't quite, he's going to see it, and you got to leave him alone. Just move by, because Tucker is already.
I'll try to give it to him again. He's thrown down by Titus Leo. This is a guy that graduated in the summer from Wagner, but he didn't want to leave the program how it was, decided to come back. Shrader looking at the top. Touchdown, Syracuse, Umari Hatcher. Not a bad one.
Yeah, it's not. Protection right there by the offensive line, and just put the ball out there where your receiver can go get it. Right to the back of that pylon. He gets there. Good hands again. Shrader getting the ball out nicely, and look at Hatcher going up.
27 points, looking to add one more, and Andre Schmidt does. Andre Cisco from the Jags. Obviously Syracuse alum. Taken down by one of the hosts of the Mob Podcast, Marlo Wax.
Marlo Wax of scraping and getting outside. Again, Tony White's defense has done a nice job of really getting.
Wagner has had 3rd and long several times today. Kraft keeps it. After going 5 for 5 on field goals last week. And another Wagner punt. Pena will call for the fair catch this time.
Looks like he's healthier. Just looks like he's got more of a grasp of this offense, and they're doing the things that he likes to do with it.
He's going to drop back and have plenty of time to find his number 1 guy, Gadsden. Shaking guys left and right. My goodness.
When he's running full speed, but he's out in the slot, able to come across. We saw this earlier with someone draped on him, but this time he's in open space, able to make guys miss and just has to figure out a way to stop that young man.
32-yard pickup for Oronde Gadsden, and they go back to the ground game with Sean Tucker running over people. Another first down inside the 15.
He will. Offensive line coming off nice again, just really giving him that edge. And with all that speed, but I like the blocking by the receivers and tight ends down the field that allows him to pick up some nice yards.
For Syracuse, something that Dino Babers was looking to clean up this week before they head into the bye week. Cooper, touchdown!
The offense, you have to respect what happens there, and then look at this. Guys blocking, getting outside. Receivers don't always like to do the dirty work, but they've done a nice.
First known FBS player with a reception in 7 straight seasons. Now had one in 13 straight games. His first touchdown of the season. As the training staff worked on him, but he is walking off the field on his own power. Intercepted! Deuce Chestnut, get in there!
Yeah, nickname Sub-Zero. Oh, you're going to see it here. Ryan Kraft is going to tell you where he's going. Zero has already made the break, and he's working to the end zone for 6.
He had 3 interceptions last year to lead Syracuse, and here is a pick in 2022 for Deuce.
Yeah, he saw that and just ran hard to Reed, sophomore out of Camden, New Jersey.
And freshman All-American last year, runner-up for the ACC Rookie of the Year. No time to find anybody because Steve Linton all up in his business.
Ball off, 17 coming at you right by him. I mean, he uses the speed because he's a little undersized, able to get between the guard and the...
Well, we were told they would rotate guys on the line definitely today. Sean Tucker. I mean, this guy is just so hard to stop. Inside the 15-yard line he goes.
Center guard coming over and almost pin and pull on the interior, but then Sean Tucker, look at the lane inside. He's able to find the hole, hit the hole, and then just take over that offense, which has allowed him to do some things now as a head coach.
Tucker trying to get around the edge. Pulling a guy with him. Only needed 1 foot to gain an extra yard.
With this now, look at all the blocking, physicality inside with the line and the receivers. But Sean Tucker, boom. I love how he gets the foot down and turns it up.
They let Tucker have it. He's in, no problem. He's been living there today.
I'm just telling you that this whole team understands if we get a block, whether you're on the inside or outside, this guy can hit it from almost anywhere on the field. A lot of people miss, but it's also this ability by this offensive line and look at receivers outside, DeMarcus Adams.
3 rushing touchdowns. He came into the game with 2 rushing touchdowns on the season.
And I don't know if he really has been able to play because everybody was keying on him.
And they won't convert here. It'll be about 3 yards short of the first down.
They have to take care of those penalties because
Yes.
those are still occurring. But the takeaways help erase some of the negativity that the penalties bring to you. And protecting the football also helps.
Tucker broke 1 tackle and then took 2 guys with him, falling past the 40-yard line. No, he'll be a yard short of the 40.
Yeah, you talk about a violent runner. He's smooth here, but when he has to get the impact, this is where he'll just put his head down and just make himself small and take 3 or 4 guys.
Just turning around and giving it to Tucker, and why wouldn't you? Steps out of the 45 in Wagner territory.
Going to come across 81. Watch his block on the edge and watch the footwork there, getting between the hole of Kalen Ellis and 81 Max Main. What he does a really nice job of is
15 seconds in the half. Gadsden, first down, spinning forward inside the 30. And we'll miss the first half of the next game.
Yeah, and we talked about it. There's so many different factors, but the crown of the helmet, clearly that was what took place on that particular play.
Wagner 1 for 7 on 3rd down. Play action. Kraft fires out a laser intending for Julian Jordan, but that pass is incomplete. Pena back as Wagner punts. Calls for the fair catch, just inside the 35-yard line. And we step aside here in the 3rd quarter on homecoming.
I wouldn't have any of my top guys in because that's when you're exposed to injury.
Allen again on the jet sweep, picks up the 1st down. And Garrett Shrader still in the game.
Neither one of those guys had any reason to me to come back and play in the second half.
Sean Tucker is in the medical tent. Jalen will try to get us an update. And that pass complete to Oronde Gadsden for the 1st down.
Where you had all those opportunities to do that.
Now we are playing short quarters in the second half, only 10-minute quarters. Cooper's got it to the 20.
Receivers open. Garrett is getting the ball out quick, looking one way, coming back, and throwing a strike in the...
16 for 16 is Garrett Shrader.
I don't think he cares if you're going to say what his numbers are.
Nope. He's having a great day.
His receivers are holding on to the ball
yes.
as well.
17 for 17, Anthony Queen. Allen's turn to run the football and run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Orange.
Play, and this was a nice pad level running low. Look at the blocking again, opening up that hole, and then he just runs through, wants to get 6.
Syracuse just under 500 total yards on the evening. Schmidt with the PAT. They're here in that 3-3-5. A hard hit. Zachary Palmer-Smith came flying out of there. And keep on giving it to Palmer-Smith. Right at the marker, enough to move it. Takes it to the 50-yard line. 2nd and 13.
There he is again.
Adjusted and nowhere to go on the ground game for Zachary Palmer-Smith because of Mr. Leon Lowry.
Come from the inside the A-gap. He just comes free and makes the tight end miss him. And when he...
First time NC State is a top 10 team playing a top 10 team. 3rd down, flag in the backfield as Palmer-Smith falls forward just over the 50-yard line. And it's a handoff to Lequint Allen. Hitting the gas. And you hear the crowd 6 yards short of going all the way.
On top of you, and you are running good. Hit the hole. I'm looking good. I'm running now. I'm getting it there. But I think I'm getting ready to get a little bit tight. Jamari trying. He's trying. Oh, my goodness.
Handoff short of the touchdown. Progressed majorly from last year to this year. For this Syracuse
another
team.
one down in that area. We've got a lot of good quarterbacks in that area in Charlotte that have been really good players that are now getting up to where they're going. I have a playlist. Yeah. My playlist for working out is long.
ZZ. Guy Barnes pulls it.
He said our team needs to be led by our players. We can put you in position, but you still have to be able to make plays. And that's so true when teams will start becoming much better.
Courtney Jackson calls for the fair catch at the 45-yard line.
That's a team there that's going to pose a lot of problems the rest of this season for folks.
Carlos Del Rio Wilson in the game at quarterback, and he keeps it. He can definitely run the football, and he will get the 1st down. Price again, he's got the first down, powering his way inside the 30-yard line. Price again, this time on the edge. Makes a guy miss. Dancing down the sideline, pushed out inside the 10 or right at the 10-yard line.
When they get outside, watch here, they're going to almost give you the same effect. He starts in, and that gets the defense going, and all he has to do is then get outside. He's able to run, and only homecoming is always good. The folks have gotten back to school that haven't been here for a while.